Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Alex and welcome back to the Great Outdoors. He loves me so much he's setting me on fire. Apparently, I haven't removed enough fences for these guys to realize that they can actually go free. Come on, embrace your freedom. You guys know you want this village. I built it just for you. As you can see, I have something in my hand. That something is a bell. And we need to put the bell somewhere in this village. But before we do that, it is very important that I take you through the entire process of how I finished about 95% of this village. As you can see, the marketplace is still not done, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. What we are going to talk about is everything else that I've done. And we're going to go on a tour, I promise. But first, let me take you guys through step by step of everything that I did over the past several days to finish this village. So let's get right into it. So here on the project board, I wrote up here, finish building the village houses in a time lapse. You'll see that in a moment. Then I put here, move in villagers and give them all jobs. I sort of completed that. Some of them understand that they should go get jobs, and some are just not getting their jobs, and I don't know how else to make them go get their jobs, so they just kind of, they're willfully unemployed. And then the exterior and interior decorating. So we're kind of mostly done with that, but not completely. But it's okay. We can take care of it in the next episode. So that's everything that we've got to do today. So anyways, let's jump right into the time lapse. I want to point out that this episode is brought to you guys by the community poll that all of you voted in, and you decided that this was what you wanted to see. So here it is, and I am so happy that I am able to bring all of you something that you wanted to see. That is just like the coolest collaboration. You have no idea. I loved being able to do this with all of you. So thank you to everyone who noticed that I unlocked the community tab on my channel and took the time to vote in the poll that I had running last week. That was immensely helpful. You have no idea how helpful it was. And today, there is another poll on the community tab where you can vote what we will do in episode 11. And we're going to do this every single week. I will have a poll available for all of you, and you will be able to vote on what we will do in the next episode. And I think that's just going to be so much fun. So again, thank you guys very much, and I'm not going to ramble on, and I'm going to let you guys watch the entire rest of the time lapse. Alright, everybody, so let's go on a tour of the village. Yay! So exciting. So, you come off this bridge here and you walk down this path. I'll probably put more detail into this path in the future, but I haven't done it yet, and we're not going to talk about that right now. So you come around this bend, and you pick up a couple of mandarins that you don't need. And then you see this beautiful design here that took me probably way longer than it should have to think this up. But you find these pretty hanging plants. Isn't that just so nice? And oh look, here's some houses. Here's a farmhouse. Let's go inside and say hello to the farmer who's not here. And then we go over to this house right here. And it's the cartographer. Hello, cartographer. It's so nice to see you. Then we'll give the cartographer some privacy. Then we come over here and oh look, it's the first two houses that I built in the beginning of this project, and we've already seen those, so we're not going to tour them. And then we come over here and we realize that the villagers have trampled most of their crops, and we're just going to accept the fact that they've done that. And then we also see that the marketplace is not done, and we'll conquer that project in another episode. And then we see the project board. Yay! And we've already seen the town center like 5 million times. Then we come over here, and we see the peacock enclosure, or peafowl enclosure. I don't know why I did this, but I thought for the town center it would be really pretty to have a peacock enclosure. I put the giant snail in here too, and for some reason the giant snail died, so there's no more giant snail, and I don't feel like going to get another one. But yes, we have a peacock here. I tried to find a female peacock or peahen, but it's gone. I don't know where it went. There used to be one on top of that mountain. There isn't anymore, so it is what it is. Anyway, if we come over here, we will see some beautiful gardening that I've done, that I'm very proud of. So this is the bamboo gardens, land of happiness with the cherry tree. One thing that I want to point out that I think is just absolutely beautiful, not the cherries, is the fact that the flower petals from the cherry tree just land directly on the surface of the water. That is a beautiful design. The person who created the fruit trees mod thought this up, and they were a genius. I just want them to get credit for that, because what a beautiful idea. So that's absolutely just so lovely. I think it adds so much character to this little area right here. These are flowering redbud trees, by the way, which I don't remember off the top of my head what mod that's from, but it's from a mod of some type. So then we come over here, and this is another farmhouse made obvious by the blast furnaces and the crates of food. Not confusing at all. In truth, I couldn't figure out what else to put in here, so I just put these here, and we're just not going to talk about it. So then we come over here, and here is the library. Now, we have a slight problem, and that's that we don't have books in the library, because I just don't have the resources at the present moment to make bookshelves. So, we're going to work on this, but the rest of it's done. So, you know, you have a little seating area, and you can read your book here, and it's very nice and comfortable. And you can also take a nap, or you can get stuck like I just did. You could also take a nap in the library, because, you know, who wouldn't want to take a nap in the library? I mean, it's quiet, so that kind of makes sense. These are the gardens that are not finished yet, because I actually don't know what I want to plant here, but I'll think of it when I get to it. Then over here we come to this building. This is the cleric, and this is the one that I'm like especially proud of, this building. I really like the way that it looks, especially because it's kind of like it's very fortified looking, and it's a unique shape, but it doesn't look like a church, which is what I was really trying to avoid. I didn't want it to look like a religious structure. So, yep, the librarian and the other librarian are just sleeping in here. Sure, that makes sense. So, yeah, this is the cleric. 2 clerics just don't live in there right now. This is the Fletcher. I very much like this house a lot. I mean, it's very simple, but I really like it. So, there it is. There we go, folks. That is pretty much the village as we have it right now, and if I don't sleep, it's gonna be bad news for me. And everybody else as well. You know, it's funny touring it now. It doesn't feel like as big of a village and as big of a project as it actually was. But, it was. It was a very big project. I just want you to know that. This took me a long time to build despite how much is not here. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, we have to put the bell on the town center. Because as we know, the bell always goes on the town center or village center in every village ever. So the place that I think would be the most appropriate, see, I sat here for about maybe 30 seconds thinking about this, and I decided that putting it directly in front of the frog was stupid, because if it goes in front of the frog, it blocks the visual of the frog that you can't really see from this angle anyway. And I felt like from the side was just so much better, because who really looks at the frog from the side? So there we go, there's the bell. It's there. It's happy. It's totally not off-center at all. It's not making anything look weird at all. It's perfectly fine exactly where it is, and it's going to stay there. So, there we go. That is the bell. So, the village, it's done. We did it. Or I did it and you watched me do it. But basically, we did it. It's done. And I will do the rest of the exteriors and stuff like that when I feel like it, because it's very late at night and I'm tired, and I've been working on this for an entire week. Actually, more than that. I've been planning and working on this for over a month, and I need a break from the village project, and please give me suggestions in the comment section of other things that we could do. Please tell me other things we can do. That would be great, because I want to do other stuff. As a matter of fact, today I have a poll going up on the community tab on my channel. You may have noticed it. I would be amazed if you didn't, because a whole bunch of you voted on the last poll, so that means you know it exists. So anyway, it's there, it exists, and that poll is asking you guys what we should do in the next episode. So please vote just like you did this time, and we'll do something really fun and labor-intensive that I will just thoroughly enjoy. Hello, photobombing villager, it's nice to see you. Thanks for invading my personal space, as you and many other villagers so often do. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then feel free to subscribe, comment, and like if you want to see more. In the next episode, we will do whatever you guys suggest that we do. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much, and as always, I will see you next time.